Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living here in Barefoot Resort here in North Myrtle Beach. You can see right behind me is the beach club for owners of living in Barefoot Resort. And I'll tell you, whether you're looking to make a move here in Barefoot Resort, North Myrtle Beach, or any of the surrounding areas here throughout the Grand Strand, there is one undeniable pro for living here in the Myrtle Beach area, here along the Grand Strand. And well, that's going to be right here. The magnificent sunrises that we do have here at the beach. I'll tell you, it's not often that I even get out here, but when I do, boy, it sure does ground you and center you. And I highly recommend, whether you've lived here for a day, a month, a year, 10 years, to take the time to come out to the beach once in a while, first thing in the morning, and center yourself and ground yourself. So why don't we go ahead and take a moment and do just that. Hey YouTube family, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Now, whether it's the beginning of your day, you're in the middle of your day, or hopefully finishing your day, I hope that you enjoyed that magnificent sunrise with me here in North Myrtle Beach, just off of the private ocean cabana for residents here in Barefoot Resort and Golf. You know, I've actually just taken you through Barefoot Resort and Golf on my full vlog tour, where of course I show you the community, the different neighborhoods throughout Barefoot Resort and Golf, all unique to one another, and of course at different price points. So if you haven't watched that, be sure to check that video out. Now, today we're talking the pros and cons of living here in Barefoot Resort and Golf. If this is your first time to this channel, and you're wanting to learn everything there is to know about living, working, playing, and simply living that beach lifestyle, you've come to the right place. Just go ahead, hit the subscribe button, tap the little bell, be sure to give me a thumbs up. This way you'll be notified on all things living in Myrtle Beach. Now, there is one indisputable pro that I already shared with you early this morning, and of course that is our magnificent sunrises. Whether you live on the South Strand, the North Strand, or you live inland into Carolina Forest or Conway, of course, you have access to the beach. We have 60 miles of shoreline here throughout the Grand Strand, and so much of it is so accessible. Now, of course, living here as a resident in Barefoot Resort and Golf, you're just within a mile to 2 miles to the beach. And of course, you do have your own private beach cabana and private parking. Now, this is probably the perfect spot if you're like my friend Joe, who still shows up to the beach in socks and tennis shoes, as this does have a second story sun deck. So you won't actually have to walk out on the beach. I'm curious, do you know anyone like that? Go ahead, call them out in the comments below. Now, in addition to having a private beach cabana, as a resident of Barefoot Resort and Golf, you also have access to the North Tower Resort style swimming pool that overlooks the marina and intercoastal waterway. If that's not enough, as a resident of Barefoot Resort and Golf, you have your own private residence club, a 5,000 square foot club with pool, playground, basketball courts, tennis courts, and pickleball courts. So obviously there are so many pros when we're talking about resort style living here within Barefoot Resort and Golf. Now, if golf is your game and you're looking for that golf lifestyle, well, of course, we have 4 golf courses here throughout Barefoot Resort and Golf. You have the semi-private Dive Club, you have the Norman course, the Love course, and the Fazio course. Now, one of the questions that I frequently get asked for those golfers is memberships. Now, throughout the entire Grand Strand, the majority of our courses are public. And myself and a lot of my friends, we simply purchase golf passports that gives you access to so many of the great courses here throughout the area, which will also give you priority tee times and, of course, discounted rates. Now, within Barefoot Resort, you can purchase either both golf memberships or social memberships. And of course, they do have their privileges. You're going to want to be sure to check out my full vlog tour where I do share with you some insights on how to save a tremendous amount of money on that golf membership if that's something that you're looking for. So with all this, you got to be saying, what could possibly be a con to living in Barefoot Resort and Golf? And I'll tell you, there's not many of them. Now, of course, you do have Barefoot Landing that is essentially in your backyard across the Intercoastal Waterway. And this is a highly visited, highly dense tourist area, especially in the summertime. But I'll tell you, in the spring and fall months, when my family and I go to visit Barefoot Landing, you know, it does have a little bit more of a local vibe to it. We'll always seem to run into somebody that we know there. So it can be an advantage. But during the summer months, you're living in a tourist area and you will feel that. Now, if you're looking for a second home, this could be a pro for you in the sense that maybe you live here, reside here during those winter months, take advantage of that summer tourism traffic and rent that property out on a short-term basis throughout the summer, and then you can come live here as a snowbird. With all of that tourist traffic, of course, that does mean that the roadways also get extremely busy. Your main point of access in and out of the community is Highway 17. But if you check out my map tour, I will show you the ins and outs of Barefoot Resort, how you can actually avoid 17 altogether and access the major highways and interstates very easily. The next con, and I don't know, this may be a pro, may be a con, I'm gonna let you decide. But when you have the grandkids visiting you, they're never gonna wanna leave. I don't know, is that a pro or a con for you? Your grandkids call you. For me, it was simply sides. And my parents are, or pops. My kids' grandparents are. What do you like to have your grandchildren call you? So there are a tremendous amount of pros here. The cons, most of them are pretty obvious when we talk about the tourism and the traffic. And again, that family's never going to want to leave. But if you're looking to make that smooth move here to North Myrtle Beach and you want to know more about Barefoot Golf and Resort, the other 26 plus communities here throughout Barefoot Golf and Resort, well, you know, all you've got to do is give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, schedule that Zoom call. We might even have a margarita together. And well, until next time, I look forward to seeing you at the beach.